By this point, we all know that we have to practice to get better. The fastest way to get better at oil painting isn't practicing everything, it's building a custom curriculum around exactly what you love to paint. Hi guys, I'm Hasina, and on this channel, I'm documenting my way back to art. Let's get into it. The first step is to find out what you want to paint. Define your goal. I approached oil paint like I learned all the softwares that I had to learn. I had an idea of a finished product in mind and then find the appropriate tutorials that will bring me close to that product. If you ever worked with Photoshop, After Effects or DaVinci Resolve, or even any office softwares like Word or Excel, you get quickly overwhelmed with all the functions that are available to you. So for each of them, I just watched the shortest introduction video of what each software can do and then research individually about what I want to bring into my final product. In the case of oil painting, I first watched people's vlog, that's what made me want to paint again, then looked at very beginner videos to give me the courage to start. From those, I recognized that there is as many techniques as there is artists. I certainly don't need to know all the techniques that exist, nor to know how to paint everything to start my own original. So I thought of what I wanted to paint. At first I had no idea, I just wanted to start, and I remember all my obsessions when I was a kid. I loved angels, mermaids, fantasy, and I just gathered everything in a place. So from all my collections, I saw in general what style I like, what kind of mood and what kind of things I need to learn. Once my board is full of inspiration, it's much easier to face the blank canvas because I already know exactly what I am aiming for. A long way to say, make your own curriculum. Learn only the things that will bring you closer to your goal. The rest is nice to know, but you probably won't touch it ever. Paint what you are interested in. It will stick quickly because you like what you are painting and you know why you are studying it and where you are going to apply it. Painting curriculum is just portraiture, light, wings, and pets. I find my subject on Pinterest, or I take some screenshot of my favorite movies, or just shoot my own reference images. The biggest mistake I made when I tried to learn anything is to try to be an expert at it first, because I didn't feel worthy enough to start before that. And I got defeated quickly, because I tried to learn everything and quickly forgot everything. So oil paint dries very slowly. It's one of its best features, because I can push and pull the painting as long as I want, but also it's its worst feature for my patience, because there are techniques where you work layer upon layers. I don't have the patience to wait for each layers to dry before going to the next step. And that's why I prefer the alla prima method, where you paint wet on wet and don't use layering, and you are finishing the painting on one go. I'll be honest, people have different definition of alla prima. I definitely don't want to enter this discussion because each artist develops their own techniques or way to paint that differs from each other, even if they use roughly the same methods. Some artists do very details in their painting, some not, some use palette knives, some use thick paint, some glaze. My part is all the names or techniques don't matter. Just try at first what's best for you. Paired with your own curriculum, you will quickly develop your skills as well as your own style. The only principle that needs to be respected with oil painting is the fight over lean rule. It simply means if you work with layers, each new layer should contain a little more oil than the previous one. Otherwise, the paint can crack over time because the bottom dries faster than the top. Also, your curriculum may evolve when you practice. Allow yourself some breathing room from making mistakes and self-discovery along the way. I end up creating painting that has to do with my faith following what inspired me. The most important thing is to continue to create and don't let overthinking or some details as techniques stop you. Search what you like, test it, and feel free to toss it if it's not aligned with you. So let's summarize. So to know what to paint and develop your style quickly, know your goals, find out what kind of painting you want to paint by first gathering inspiration from painting to photos to even just color palettes. Develop your own curriculum from there, because you are likely to retain and enjoy what you are learning. Practice. Do some study, master study, sketchbook experiments paired with techniques you want to try to develop your style. Don't get overwhelmed with all the techniques that exist, just find the one that's aligned with you. You are allowed to stop if you don't like what you're doing. And most importantly, what you need to avoid is to get too inflexible, like it has to be done in a precise way. Just respect the fact of a rule and you're good to go. I am still learning, but I'm bent on finding my own way. So feel free to share your find and which techniques you like. I'm learning with each painting and the learning never stops, by the way. So that's it from my side. Like and subscribe and hope to see you next time. Et des bisous!